Hello there and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tania and I have been living undiagnosed for more than 11 years. In the first few videos I discussed my episodes, the symptoms, and also the test results that I've been going through and also the benefits of omega-3. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about being diagnosed with celiac. So in 2007, I was diagnosed with IBS, which is irritated bowel syndrome. This year in 2020, I was really paying more attention to what I was doing and how I was feeling, trying to really analyze everything to figure out if there's something I'm not aware of health-wise that could be contributing to my episodes. So one thing that kind of became worse was after eating certain foods, my stomach expanded. So if I had pizza at night, my stomach before I went to bed was rock hard and had a shelf at the top. I could literally put something on top of my stomach as if I was pregnant and I could hold it there. It was pretty weird. So I called my doctor up. I'm like, hey, what would it take to get a gluten tolerance test? Oh, well, it's just a simple blood test. Can I get one? Sure, you can get one. So I did. Now, my understanding, the blood test number is supposed to be around 20 or less if you are normal and do not have a gluten problem. My number was 216. So when my doctor called me, he's like, apparently you have a gluten problem. So now I'm going to send you to a specialist who's going to take a little bit closer of a look and let you know if you are sensitive, gluten sensitive, or gluten intolerant. So I go to this specialist, he looks at my number and he laughs and he says, I can pretty much tell you already that you are intolerant because not very many people have a number that high and not be intolerant. I'm like, oh, great, so now what do I do? Well, don't go off of gluten yet because you need to have a biopsy. So I'm like, all right, a biopsy and a stomach scope. Wonderful. So I had to wait a while. It took a couple of months because of COVID. There were so many medical procedures that were put off or delayed or rescheduled or canceled because of COVID. Now, I was kind of in the list, not a major priority, but it was a required medical procedure. So I had to keep eating gluten. And let me tell you, when you find out that one day you are not going to be able to eat any gluten, you eat a lot of gluten. Now, it was important to make sure that I had gluten in my system, otherwise the test results would be inaccurate. So I was going to the keg and eating the steak with everything I could think of, lots of their bread. Any of my favorite foods I just devoured. I went overhaul. Now, of course, I also had to stop taking my omega-3 before I had my procedure. So when I got that FYI, I literally had maybe a week and a half to 2 weeks notice. And you have to have it completely out of your system 7 days prior to, or stop putting it into your system 7 days prior to your procedure. So I had to cut out my lovely omega-3 that had been helping me so much. So I go in for my biopsy, I come out, and written on my form from the doctor, it says, immediately start a gluten-free diet. So in his perspective, where what he saw, it was pretty much guaranteed I had a gluten problem. So a couple days later, I get a phone call from my family doctor saying, all right, I got your test results in, and you're gluten intolerant. You need to continue with the gluten-free diet permanently. So initially, starting the gluten-free diet, my first thought is, I'm gonna lose weight. But you know what? That's not the case. Because gluten-free breads and stuff tend to be higher fat or more carbs or something, because every time I had anything gluten-free that wasn't meat, potato, vegetable, I was packing on the pounds. So the first month was really crazy. I've finally reached that point now where I'm like, okay, I need to have salad for lunch. and breakfast, I need to have like eggs, because all this gluten-free bread is really not that good for you. It's good for a filler, so like if you're going out and you're having a burger and they have gluten-free bread available, have the gluten-free bread for your treat, but don't eat it on a daily basis. So the effects of changing to gluten-free. Now the specialist that I had gone initially, the one that did the process, or the procedure of the biopsy and scope, he had told me that it is possible that the celiac issue, the gluten problem, could be causing my episodes. He says some people even end up having, different cancers, neurological disorders, seizures, all kinds of crazy things from having a problem to eating and digesting gluten. So I began the gluten-free diet on June 23rd, 2020. Now, it's been almost 3 months, and so far, I can tell you it has helped with my fatigue, my brain fog, and it has also allowed me to look at the computer screen for longer. Because in early 2020, I was having problems with being able to play video games and look at the screen for any length of time. It was causing these mini seizures where my hand would just get random tremors that I couldn't control, but yet I wasn't going into a full episode. So far, most of that is gone. So those mini seizures where I'd be working and suddenly my hand would start shaking on the mouse, most of that is gone. So I don't even have to worry about it as much. I can go to work all day, come home, and spend a few hours on my computer writing or playing a video game. Now, when I compare that with also the omega-3, so not taking omega-3, but being on the gluten-free diet, I'm still having some minor issues playing video games, but the combination of the two, the combination of a gluten-free diet and taking omega-3 pills really allows me to, look at a screen longer and helps with increasing my energy levels. A friend of mine also is celiac, and she told me it can take 1 to 2 years for your body to fully heal from the damage done by having a gluten intolerance issue. So I am very hopeful that it continues to help me. I know it's only been like 3 months, but if I keep going this way, maybe I'm going to get lucky and it'll help reduce the episodes. Now, for all I know, it is the celiac problem that is causing these episodes. There is another type of celiac disorder, and I can't remember the name of it, but it can cause neurological damage at the back of your brain. Okay, so if you mix Chiari malformation with celiac that has, the possibility of causing nerve damage, you mix those two together, those two there could very well be my biggest medical issue, and I don't even have any way of confirming that. So while I'm waiting for my heavy metals test, I am just going to be hopeful that the celiac and the Chiari is the combination that I've been looking for as to what this medical issue is. I'm going to continue on with my gluten-free diet. I'm going to continue on increasing my dose of omega-3, and we'll see where it goes from here. So stay tuned for more updates. I will post another video as soon as I have my heavy metal test results, and I'll keep you posted on this whole, gluten intolerant, gluten-free eating in combination with increasing the omega-3 dose. So thank you for watching. If you like watching this video, please hit the like button, and if you'd like to continue with me on this journey, please hit subscribe. Thank you and have a great day.